Hello, this is Dublin, and today I'm going to show you guys how to add anything to the menu, take anything from the menu, add anything you want to the POS and to the actual website online. So first, I'm doing this on my computer. You can do this on the phone. This translates to the phone too. The only thing I the only thing I don't think you can actually do is the actual website builder. I don't think you can get onto the website builder through your phone, but you can add things to the menu on your phone. Everything translates. So I'm going to explain to you step by step on how to do this. So first, like I said, I'm using my computer. So if you're using your computer or Safari, whatever, Google, whatever, uh, go to the search bar, type in lh.shift4.com. I'm already signed in, but whenever you do that, it's going to prompt you to sign in with your credentials. Once you sign in, boom, you're here to the dashboard of Puffys. So if you want to navigate to SkyTab settings, this is where you add things to the menu. So obviously you go to menu, go to items, boom, kind of self-explanatory. All of our items are right here. Departments, I'll show you guys what departments are. Modifiers and modifier sets. Do not worry about the last four. We're only going to be working with these four today: items, departments, modifiers, and modifier sets. So items, obviously self-explanatory. It's all of our items that we have. Departments is what you see whenever you go to the Puffys menu. Whenever you go to the Puffys menu, this is a department. Think of this like a heading. Like if you're writing something for school or writing something in general, you want to put a heading so people know what you're talking about before you dive into the actual subject. So it's your heading or your department. So and here's all the departments right here. So like specialty lemonade right here. And then modifiers is you can create these modifiers that nest in the modifier sets. So you create, let's just say I'll just click on blue raspberry. So blue raspberry, I made a modifier, and these go into flavor shots and snow cone flavors. So what that means is if I go to snow cones and I click on a 16-ounce snow cone, the snow cone flavors are right here. So this is the modifier that I created. And whenever you click on it, it brings you to another menu where you see right here, flavor, snow cone flavor is a modifier set. And so here's blue raspberry, lemonade, cherry. Here's all of our flavors. Then we go back to the LBM as a button. So and then modifier sets, think of it like a department, but it's a heading, it's a nesting place for all the modifiers. So like I just showed you, whenever you go to snow cone, you click on snow cone, it brings up snow cone flavor, and then all of our flavors down below. So, but right now, let's work from left to right. I'm gonna actually let's start with departments. I'm gonna make a new department. Um, so I'm gonna inactive this one. Don't worry about this one. Um, but I'll come to that one in a later date. So if I want a new department, all I have to do right here, self-explanatory, add a new department. Actually, you know what? I'll bring this one back up, the fish one, just to show you guys. So right here, add department, boom. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the fish one so I don't make too many. So once you click add department, this is gonna pop up. Obviously, you're not gonna have fish there. It's gonna be blank. So just for this example, I'm going to use fish. So fish is going to be our new department. So like I said, think of it, and this is always going to be active. So don't worry about this. I'll get to this in a later date or in a later time in this video. But this is going to be active, and whenever you make a new department, always turn on fast quality buttons, because let's say a family comes in or one person comes in, and they're like, "Hey, I want to get two orders of fish." So instead of having to manually click two orders, you can just click a button that has two, and it rings up two fishes, two prices. So as don't mess with anything down here. This comes at a later date, and I'll make a new video when it comes to for the availability of each item. I'll come to that as a later date. I'll create a new video. But for now, we're just focusing on fit new department, adding a new department, and adding items and modifier sets, etc. So once you make that new department, you click save. So now your new department is fish. So let's create an item for fish. So I already have an item here. It's named fish. I'm going to inactive this one just for now. I'm going to change this to none. Don't worry about this. It's going to be nothing. So I'm going to inactive this one. Don't worry. Um, so we're going to create a fish item. So what I like to do, let's say, you know what? Actually, let's bring back none. Sorry, let's bring back none. I'm going to bring back none, and I'm going to put this in the fish category, in the fish department. I'm gonna bring back none. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. So let's say Zane is asking for another fish menu. So let's say Zane wants fish flounder or something, right? Or catfish. Let's say he wants catfish, right? So I'm gonna rename it fish. Don't worry about this. I'll explain to you what I'm doing. So let's say we already have fish in the fish department. So you find that department that it's in. So let's say you want to add a smoothie, another snow cone size. We click snow cone, 12-inch snow cone, then you click save in duplicate. So I'm going to do the same thing on fish. So let's say he wants catfish, right? So we already have a fish and it's in the fish department. So you click that, save and duplicate. So what it is, it's saving everything that we did for that specific item, which is fish. Now we're duplicating it just under a new name. So this is going to be catfish, right? So obviously it's going to come with a set price that Zane wants. Let's say catfish, let's say $13. So it's going to be the item price is going to be the 70% of the price of the catfish. So 13, 70% of 13 is going to be 9.1. And obviously, here it is. Anything you're adding, if you're adding a brand new department, a brand new item, and you cannot do save and duplicate, every time you create a new item, this department, this is a must. The asterisks here, you have to fill out all these asterisks right here. So you find a department where it's going to be located. So let's say if we're adding a new snow cone size, you find snow cone, boom, it's going to be in that department. So right today we're working with fish. So we're going to find the department for fish, click it, and then obviously it's fish, catfish is food. Its revenue class is food. So let's say if we're adding, a drink, it'll be beverage, so on and so forth. So, um, right. So you create it, you create your price, you get your item cost, which is 70%. Make sure it's 70%. Department, which is fish, the one we're working with, revenue class is food. So depending on how much inventory or how much we buy of one certain item, let's say Zane bought only 10 catfish, right? So what we do is we unclick this and we activate these. So what this means is let's say Zane only buys 10, right? He only buys 10 in total. And this, we turn on this one because it's going to display how much, the quantity of what we have on hand for catfish. And then we're also going to turn on low stock indicator because if we, let's say, we sell, we only have 10 and we're going down to five. As soon as we sell five, it's gonna pop up on the actual POS system that we have that it's alerting us that we only have five more catfish to sell. And once it sells, we cannot sell anymore. So when we unclick allowing order, if quantity is zero, that means if we run out of catfish, we sell all 10 catfish, we cannot sell again. We cannot sell catfish again until either we restock, which is we buy more, or at the end of the day, at the next event, we buy more and let's say he buys 15 for next event and so on and so forth. But if let's just keep 10 for today. So whenever it reaches five, like I said, it'll indicate on the actual POS system itself that we're down to five more catfish. So let's save. Don't worry about anything else right now. We'll get to modifier sets soon, but just don't mess with anything else. So we click save. All right. So so right here in stock, right? We have 10 in stock only. Okay. So, and then obviously snow cones, like for snow cones, for stuff like that, obviously we don't need a limit because if we're making blocks. If we have constant ice, constant, we have constant ice. We go down to Sonic, we get constant ice just to make snow cones. So we can sell that if the quantity is zero. So we can infinitely sell that. Obviously, at the end of the day, if we're running out of ice, then we tell people, hey, we don't have any more snow cone or no more ice. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. So, but today we're just working with fish, right? This is the item we're gonna working with catfish actually. So, all right, let's say we made our item for catfish, right? So let's say Zane doesn't want anything else. We just want catfish, right? Catfish. Um, let's just say we have let's do catfish plus side or something for $13, right? Boom. Save it. So nothing else is getting added to that specific. Zane doesn't want anything else added to the specific catfish plus side. You go to marketplace, menu manager, and then at the top right of menu manager is going to say import from POS. So what we do is we click all items here, and it's going to highlight all the items that got posted on the POS. Now we're importing it from the POS onto the website itself. So we click next, we click done, and then we click publish menu. So with publishing the menu, now we can refresh and we can find uh, uh, the fish department. If it's not here, then it hasn't been loaded. So what I like to do to make sure everything gets loaded is we go to order now. So we just find the fish category and it's right here. And here's our catfish plus side and just fish. That's what I made. Don't worry about that right now. But we made catfish plus side. Okay. So that's already there, and that'll be on the menu. That'll be on the POS. That'll be on our website menu. So we're down there. We made that. We made a menu item. So let's say Zane wants to add modifiers into specifically catfish. So let's say we navigate back to SkyTab settings, we go to menu, right? And I just click items just to click it and get to this right here, to this menu. So let's say Zane wants um let's say he wants pick sauce or something. Let's say he wants sauce or wants uh tartar sauce. Let's say he wants tartar. Like, you can choose whether or not you want tartar sauce or not, right? So for this example, I'm gonna create a new modifier. So what I can do easily is just go into avocado, save and duplicate like I was showing you in the items. But for this one, I'm just going for you can do this for anything. So, but I'm just gonna show you step by step on how to do it without having without save or duplicating another item. So let's say Zane wants pick sauce, or let's say we're going to make a new modifier. We're going to make a new modifier set, right? So the new modifier set is going to be named fish sauce. Going to be named fish sauce. So Zane usually doesn't want any upcharge on sauces or toppings. So on the flat money, you're just going to put zero, right? You're not going to worry about anything else. Not right now. You're not going to worry about anything else. Well, actually, yes. Whenever you scroll down, don't worry about modifiers right now. We're gonna make a modifier for this, but for this, whenever I showed you, whenever you clicked on snow cone um and it brought down snow cone flavors. So what we're doing is we're doing the same exact thing, but we're gonna add this to the catfish plus side. So whenever we click on catfish, it's gonna bring us into another menu where we can see all the modifiers that we set in there. So we select the item that we want, which is catfish and a side. I click save. So that's gonna get saved. Now we go to modifiers, right? And we click right here, add modifier, and then it's tartar sauce, right? Tartar sauce is what he wants, right? Tartar sauce. So we want tartar sauce, right? Well, that's all we got to do. We create a new modifier, we name it, and now we scroll down. So we go to modifier assigned to. So we're sending this we're sending tartar sauce. We're gonna send this to fish sauce, right? So we're sending this modifier we just created to nest or to be in fish sauce. So we click save again. Now that's we're all done now. So now we go back to marketplace and we go back to menu manager, import from POS, we click next, and then here's our modifiers. We click done, and then remember we click publish menu every time. Publish the menu. So now we go back to the Puffy's website, or you can look right here, it'll pop up. But let's just use the Puffy's website just to advertise it more. And we navigate to fish. So here's our fish, our catfish plus side. So when somebody clicks on it, boom, our modifier that we created and the modifier that we have for it is tartar sauce. Boom. So now whenever somebody orders, they can choose whether they want tartar sauce or no tartar sauce. So if they don't want tartar sauce and they just want the catfish, don't click anything and click add order, right? And it works for the POS. So I think that's everything for what I am showing you. That's simple, it's easy, it's user friendly. This for this website, and I think that's it. But let me do one more. Let me do one more from saving and do or yeah. Let's just do one more time, just so we can. So you have another example. All right. So let's say Zane, so let's say we're using the same fish department, we're using the same thing, but let's say Zane wants redfish, right? Let's say he wants a redfish. So we find fish or catfish or whatever menu item that's in that we know that's under the fish department, catfish plus sign, the one we just created. We click save and duplicate, right? And so now we save everything. So whatever we did to catfish, the steps I showed you to add the tartar sauce, to add the modifier, that's all going to get translated. That's all going to get duplicated. But now we're creating a new name. So now it's going to be red. Let's do redfish. All right, let's do red. And let's say Zane wants to bump it up to 15. Make sure if we're changing the price, we're also changing the item price. So it's 70% of 15. That is $10. That is going to be, oops, sorry. That's going to be $10.05. Make sure it's right in the right department. Let's make sure it's in the food, right? If it's a beverage, obviously it's going to be a beverage. We're only working with food and beverage. Since we're Christian based, we're not going to working with beer or liquor. I mean, we do sell retail, which is the penguins, the fidget spinners, and the penguin keychains. But for this example, we're only working with food, and then I can make another example and it'll be a beverage. So make sure it's in the right revenue class, but it's always going to be in the right revenue class in the right department if it's under, like I said, if you're making another item that's going in the same department. All you have to do is change the name, change the default price, and change the item price. So we click save. We go down to marketplace. We go down to menu manager again, import from POS, save item, done. Okay. Publish menu. The menu has been successfully published. So we go down, we refresh Puffys again. We go down to the fish, and now here's redfish. And once we click on redfish, here it is again, tartar fish sauce. Tartar sauce, yes or no? So like I said, if somebody wants tartar sauce, we click the box. And like I said, this all translates to the POS. Is the same way you can do it on the POS. You can even add stuff. You can add menu items via the POS, but it's a little bit different because there's different things you got to click to get to create a new department, create an item, blah blah blah. But for now, we're just focusing on how to create it on the phone via Google or Safari if you have iPhone, um, and on the computer. So boom, we got that done. I'm gonna do one more example, and this example is gonna be for a snow cone or a beverage item. Okay. So remember, you go to lh.shift4.com, you navigate to this screen after you put your credentials, you go to Sky tab settings, go to menu, go to items. Okay. So let's say Zane wants a different snow cone size, right? We go to the 12-ounce snow cone. We could save and duplicate, and we do 20-ounce snow cone. Oh, 20-ounce snow cone. Obviously, we're changing the price. Let's say we're gonna mark $6. Yeah, let's say no, yeah, let's say $6, right? And remember, it's always going to be 70% of the default price. So 6 times 70% is going to be 4.2. 4.2. Obviously, this is a beverage, this is a snow cone. Like I said, if you are creating another item under the same department, it's usually the same, it's going to have the same department and the same revenue class. But always make sure you're going through the department class and the revenue class just in case it gets switched. It doesn't matter. And you can even create items. So let's say I clicked on the 20-ounce snow cone, right? Let's say I want to create it for, snapper. I can even just do this, right? I can do snapper, change to $16, right? And then do 70% of 16, which is 11.2, right? 11.2. But now we're changing the department to fish and we're changing the revenue class to food. So you can use this for anything. But if you do that under a snow cone or under um, a drink or something, whenever you do this, you have to take off these modifier sets. You have to. Because if you create like let's say a snapper and it's going fish and it's gonna go to the under the fish department and somebody clicks on that, they're gonna see snow cone flavors and then all these snow cone flavors pop up. So it's not gonna be right. So be mindful and just be on it. If you're gonna create anything from any item, you have to make sure that it's going to the right department, the right revenue class, and you got to make sure that there is no existing modifier sets that don't belong to this specific item. Um, so I'm just going to discard this item because we don't need it, right? And so this is everything. This is everything you need to know when it comes to creating items, creating new departments, modifiers, and modifier sets. Everything I laid out for you step by step. So hopefully this helps you. And if you can't understand this or if this is confusing, obviously reach out to me. I think most of you guys have my number. If not, it's 956-454-1946, and I'll be more than glad to help you. So when we're moving on to the website part, the website builder part of Puffys, so what we do is we navigate to Marketplace, and we're going to Website Builder, click Manage, and then it's going to bring you to Edit Website. And let's say Zane's getting tired of this theme. Let's say Zane's getting tired of this theme. We go to right here on the top left, or right here, content, we go to style, we go to theme, and there's several things that Shift 4 has, only a couple. So we can change the themes if Zane wants. Um, change the the colors in the background, change the style, the print, everything. You can change mostly everything from the style part. And then if he wants a different logo, he wants a different name, we right here we unclick this, and then we can upload a new image, and then we can make it small, large, standard, whatever you want, okay? But right now, what I'm going to show you, oh yeah, well, before I show you what I'm going to show you, you can click on any of these tabs and it'll bring you to whatever I have put on there. So right here, let's say Zane wants a different picture and a different title and a different description. Right here, boom, you click on it, you change the item, change the title, change the description, and then that's it. That's it. But right now, I'm going to show you how to mess with the events and how to manage events, etc., etc. Um, it's self-explanatory. You click on Manage Event, and then right now we already went through the football kickoff in Prague. So let's hide this event. Let's click Done. Okay. So let's say we're going to herd on herd, right? That's the event that we're going to. That's the event title. You click manage and we're click add new event. The event name is going to be heard on heard, heard on heard. It's going to start, I don't know, I'm just coming up with random dates, 8/13/2025. So this is tomorrow. It's going to start at 9 a.m., right? And it's gonna end this, it's gonna end either the same day or the following day. I'm just gonna do the following day. And it's gonna end at 5 p.m. Boom. Short description, music, early today, blah 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 blah. And then hide image. Right here at the right side of it, you click this button to activate it. Add an image, I'm just gonna use Calypso for oh, well, we can't upload this item because it's probably too big. But obviously, Zane's gonna send a flyer out with the herd on herd, a little flyer of well, short description, what times, where we're gonna be at, etc. Create event, done. So herd on herd right here. So what I like to do when I do the title, I just like to say, come visit, oops, come visit us at herd on herd in Durant. I don't think it's in Durant actually, but it's somewhere else. Let's just use Durant, Durant, Oklahoma. Boom. And when somebody, oops, uh, if somebody comes and navigates to the website, they're gonna see when they scroll down, they're gonna see this. Come, oops. Obviously, with good spelling. I'm just doing this just to show you real quick. But come visit us at Herd on Herd in Durant, Oklahoma. And then right here is the festival. And then whenever we upload a flyer, it's gonna pop up just how this one is right here. If we have a flyer, it'll pop up right here and they can see. But for now, let me just take this off. But yeah, it's gonna show a flyer. If we have a flyer, herd on herd, what day and what times, and a short description of what it is. So it's as simple as that. And then if you want to do, you click save right here, and then you click publish, and then it'll be published on the website. So let me just show you real quick. Let me click save first, and let me click publish. And then we go to Puffys. Let's say we refresh or we retype in Puffys and we scroll down. Here it is. Come visit us, Heard on Heard in Durant, Oklahoma is the event you created. And that's it. And that is how to navigate website builder and all and how to add and subtract and create new things on the menu. So I'm glad that I was able to create this video for you, and I hope that this video helps anybody that takes over with the back end stuff. And like I said, if you need any help, please reach out, and I will be more than glad to help you. So thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.